previous class. So how the stomatal pore is going to be helpful to take the respirations in a kinds of plants. Now we are just move on to the respirations of human beings. Now in the respiration there is a different pathway which is happening in a human beings, where the respiration is takes place and what are the different way the respiration is going to be takes place in a humankind. So under that, so you see this, there is a breakdown of glucose by various pathways. So how the breakdown process is happening in the case of human beings. Okay, so that we is going to be studying from these lessons. So this diagram is going to be in your examinations for 3 marks. Okay, now what is this? How is the breakdown of glucose is happening, or what is the different pathway in a human being? So under that first one, look at this, we all know this, the energy is released. Also the energy is stored in our body in the form of ATP, right? What do you mean by ATP? Could you tell me what is ATP? What is ATP? I've told you in the previous class also, or each and every class I'm just going to be explaining about this. Yes, ATP is nothing but adenosine triphosphate. Okay, this adenosine triphosphate which is stored in a mitochondria. So mitochondria is nothing but what? It is a energy room, or it is a energy synthesized cells, right? So look at this. So this is a diagram of this breakdown of glucose. So under that, so first we all know this, the carbon dioxide is released in the case of human bodies and oxygen is absorbed. So and also during the respirations or photosynthesis of plants, we all study how the oxygen is released when the carbon dioxide is received, and with the help of water using the chloroplast and the chlorophyll and sunlight, the carbon dioxide is converted into oxygen, as well as there is a glucose is also formed. So let us move on to this particular breakdown of various parts of the glucose. So in a body there is a 6 molecules of carbon dioxide is present. Okay, how this 6 molecules of carbon dioxide is going to be converted into the pyruvate. So look at this diagram, there is an arrow mark. So the glucose is going to be converted into pyruvate with the help of cytoplasm. So in the plants, there is a process is happening with the help of chloroplast. But in a human beings, that is happening in a cytoplasm. So the glucose is converted into pyruvate in the presence of cytoplasms. Okay, what happens here in a pyruvate? So what is pyruvate? The 3 molecules or 6 molecules of carbon dioxide is converted into 3 molecules of carbon dioxide, as well as along with this the energy is going to be released. Understand? So this process is called pyruvate. Again the pyruvate has to be break down into conversions of oxygen in the case of human beings. So let us see, the pyruvate is going to be break down in these following 3 steps. So the first step, with the presence of oxygen is the final step, and the absence of oxygen and the lack of oxygen. So let us move on to the first step. You have seen this activity. So why, if you take the fruits or any kinds of vegetables, if you add some kinds of yeast, there is a carbon dioxide is released, right? So hence I have shown you this experiment. So similarly, the absence of oxygen is taken place with the help of yeast. Okay, and what is going to be released here? Here is a ethanol plus along with this carbon dioxide, as well as energy is going to be released. Understand? So what do you call this process as? And you are going to call this process as fermentation. Okay, and this fermentation is nothing but it is aerobic process. Aerobic process is nothing but what? It is an absence, or in the absence of oxygen, the process is going to be happen. So in the absence of oxygen, the ethanol is produced and carbon dioxide is released with the 2 carbon molecules. So here you see 6 carbon molecules is converted into 3 carbon molecules. In the first stage, a 3 carbon molecules is converted into 2 carbon molecules with the liberation of energy. And this is taken place with the absence of oxygen. Hence, the process is called anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic means there is an absence of oxygen. The process of breakdown of carbon molecules, 3 carbon molecules into 2 carbon molecules, okay, with the absence of oxygen is called as anaerobic respiration, and this is also called as fermentation. And the next step, what happens? Some kinds of oxygen is released or lack of oxygen. Okay, during this lack of oxygen, what happens? Our body's muscles or different kinds of the parts of the human bodies, the muscle is going to be cramped. So example, when you are sitting in particular places or surface of the area, after you get up in your hand, your legs or body part will be start to holding, right? So that holding is called as a crampling of muscles or muscles crampling. So why this muscle crampling is happening? So the muscle crampling is happening because of lack of oxygen is placed. Okay, there is no sufficient supply of oxygen. Hence, that is called lack of oxygen. So, during this lack of oxygen, okay, there is a lactic acid is produced. Okay, the lactic acid is produced along with the energy. Here you see the energy is 2 carbon molecules. Here the 2 carbon molecules again converted into 3 carbon molecules. Okay, this 3 carbon molecules is directly moves into 3 carbon molecules. The first stage is converting 2 carbon, again 3 carbon molecules will be releasing or as it is 3 carbon molecules. And finally, there is some kinds of oxygen is going to be liberated. So that is what? The presence of oxygen. The next step, the breakdown of glucose is taken place. Last step is called presence of oxygen. And this presence of oxygen is happening in a cell is called mitochondria. So where the energy is going to be synthesized, right? Hence the mitochondria is helpful to produce the energy in the form of ATP. Okay, so the presence of oxygen, where the pyruvate of 3 carbon molecules is converted into the carbon, a single carbon, and also water is going to be released along with the energy with the presence of oxygen is called as aerobic respiration. Okay, now aerobic means what? Presence of oxygen. So anaerobic means what? Absence of oxygen. So in examination, there is a 2 marks question is going to be asked. What is the difference between aerobic respiration as well as anaerobic respirations? And this is what 2 marks question, and the Dwyer block diagrams of breakdown of glucose by various pathways is going to be asking in your examination for 3 marks. Okay, now let us glance it once. So in a human being, there is a breakdown process is happening, how the carbon dioxide is converted into oxygen. So is happening these kinds of process. So another first one is the 6 carbon molecules is converted into 3 carbon of molecules. Okay, this is happening in the case of cytoplasm. This is present in the presence of cytoplasm, and this pyruvate is breakdown as oxygen in the 3 steps. So another first one is absence of oxygen, okay, and there is a ethanol, carbon dioxide, and energy is going to be released. That process is called fermentation. Hence, the process is happening in the absence of oxygen called as anaerobic respiration. Okay, and then next is there is a lack of oxygen is happening or occurs in our human body. So this is cramples our muscles. There is a releasing of acids called lactic acids as well as 3 molecules of carbon. Finally, there is a presence of oxygen. We can see the process is happening in the case of mitochondria. So there we can see the water and energy is going to be released along with the carbon. So this is what the carbohydrates. So like we can call it as a carbon dioxide is converted into carbohydrates. Right. So hence this process is called aerobic respiration. So hope you all understand, dear students. Is these points were clear? Yes? Can I get any response? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
It's very good. Now the next process is After all, respiration is happening in the case of plants. Now we are just moving on to the respirations of human body. So we all know this. There is a digestion is going to happening in the human bodies, and the respiration is also happening. So digestion and respiration is possible. A single tubes, we call it as esophageal tubes. I have told you in the previous class. Now look at this diagram. So what is this diagram? And this diagram is tells you the respiratory systems of human body. Okay, in this respiratory system, you can see starting from the nasal passage, we are receiving the oxygen. Right. So after receiving the oxygen, is directly move on to the lungs through the tubes called under this pharynx and larynx. In the 9th standard, when we are talking about sounds, we have kept our fingers on this throat and checking the sounds, right? If you say yes, the pharynx and larynx start to be vibrate. If you say no or many kinds of words, you can keep your fingers on the throat. You can see there is a vibration. Okay, so that part is you can see in a throat. So that is pharynx as well as larynx. So after this, there is a trachea. So what is this trachea? This is the tubes where the respiration tract is connected here, and you can see there is a rings of cartilages, and these rings of cartilages will help you to move the respiratory tracts or move the air, whatever you are intaking to the respiration. Okay, and then it is directly move on to the lungs. You can see the lungs. So what happens here? The rings of cartilage must be singular tubes, right? So after the air is passing through this rings of cartilage, so lungs will be receiving the different kinds of air, whether if you take an oxygen or if you take a carbon dioxide. So that is going to be start to be separate in the case of respirations. Okay. Now look at this lungs, and this is called bronchioles. Whatever you can see, this is a just a finger-like structures, and this finger-like structure which makes your air should be clean. Okay, that is what the functions of these bronchioles. Understand? And there is a alveoles or surfaces where the exchange of gases which is takes place. In this bronchiole, there is an alveoles like a dot structures which is present, which is going to be helpful to clean, okay, as well as exchange the gases. We can also take oxygen and carbon dioxide sometimes, but we need only the oxygen, right? So that we need to be separated. So what is the functions of alveoli is nothing but it helps to separate, okay, separate the different kinds of airs and makes the air is clear. Understand? So after that, the structures or collections of alveoli is called as bronchioles. Okay, this bronchioles is also just a finger-like structures. So that is what the respiration is going to be happening. So when we are intaking the oxygens or intaking the carbon dioxide, finally we can say intaking of air. So we need to separate it first. Understand? So who will going to do the separations of work? Who can do the separations of work? So human body itself. So the digestion is the organ, okay, which helps to separations or clean the air. Afterwards, it takes and supply to all the parts of the body. There is a separations of oxygen and there is separations of carbon dioxide. And oxygen and both the carbon dioxide will dissolve in the blood. Understand? So you just keep remember these final step. Oxygen and carbon dioxide is, yes, of course, going to be clean here. Again, the unwanted wastages of air should be come out, like the carbon dioxide, right? How that will be come out? After this carbon dioxide or air should be dissolved in the water, dissolved in the blood. Okay, and the next process is heart or the transportation. In this transportation, the heart is start to pump and the blood is going to be separated as oxygenated and deoxygenated, and wastage of carbon dioxide will be removed. And this is what the exact process which is happening in the case of respirations. So hope you all understand.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you
Collected,
correct?
ma'am.
Yes, huh? Okay, look at this picture. Let's hope everybody can see this. This is what the picture which we have drawn on the board. Okay, so this is a brief explanation how the respiration is going to be happen. So look at this. Within the lungs, the passages are divided into smaller and smaller. Okay, with the final terminate like a balloon-like structures. After the air is received, the lungs which is start to be swell like this. This is called balloon-like structures. So which are called alveoli. Which are called alveoli. And the alveoli provides a surface where the exchange of gases is takes place. Okay. And then the walls of the alveoli contain extensive of different kinds of muscles. As we have seen earlier here, when we breathe, our ribs and flatten. So you know when we breathe, the ribs will be start to be flatten. Okay. When we release the oxygen, release the carbon dioxide, it start to be expand like this. Okay, and because the air is stuck in the lungs and expanded alveoli, the blood brings to the carbon dioxide from the body and release the alveoli. Blood vessels are transported all the cells of the body during the breathing cycle. When air is and in and let out, the lungs always contain residual volume. Residual volumes means nothing but what? It's some kinds of wastages or waste like air we are going to be received, that should be modified as a pure oxygen. And that sufficient time oxygen is absorbed and carbon dioxide is going to be released. And this is what happening in the case of respiration. Understand? So look at this ribs. This is what the ribs I have mentioned. Look here. This is what diaphragm. Can you all see this? And this is the diaphragm. When you start to breathe, what happens when you receive the breath? Okay, your diaphragm is going to be expand. Okay, when you release the air, when you release the air, your diaphragm is going to be flattened. That's all you have studied in the 9th standard, right? So how the diaphragm is going to be held during the respiration. So it does and it plays a major important role. Okay. So during inhaling as well as exhaling. Inhaling is nothing but what? The oxygen is going to be intake. Okay. This is what oxygen is going to be intake. When you are intaking, your chest will be expand as well as the chest is consisting of what? The diaphragm. This is what expanding. Afterwards, when you are releasing, it will be flattened. It will be expand, it will be flatten. Expand and flatten. Okay, so that's what the important functions of diaphragm. So hope you all understand, dear students. Any clarifications, you can ask me any doubts. So hence I am just going to be glancing once again, and today we are going to study how the breakdown of glucose is going to be happens in the case of human body as well as so the respiratory system, which is going to be very important in the human bodies, and that takes several steps, and the oxygen is intaking and carbon dioxide is going to be released. How the carbon dioxide is going to be released? In the same way the carbon dioxide is released through the nasal passage. You are receiving the air and after modified, okay, or purified, the oxygen is going to be used to different kinds of the body, and the carbon dioxide is again come back to the lungs, okay, and releasing through this nasal passage. Understand how the separation is the next important process that we are going to study in the transportation. Hope you all understand. So, thank you dear students, and today your work is you need to practice this diagram, and coming to the next class everybody should answer the different kinds of steps on AB's pathway, how the breakdown of glucose is taken place during the respiration and how the food is going to be stored in a mitochondria, okay, with the help of or in the form of ATP. Okay. So thank you so much, dear students, and we'll keep on. We'll meet you in the next class and we'll keep on studying science. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.